As we've been exploring more engaging sermons through your presentations and specifically your presentation software, we're talking about Sidekick in the playlist linked right here, and this is the fourth and final video, but this feature is the feature that when I saw this feature rolled out at the Orange Conference in, I believe it was 2016, when they showed it to me, I instantly said, I'm in, sign me up. What does it take? How much does it cost? Actually, I don't care. It doesn't matter. This is what I want. And this is the feature that Sidekick still has rolled out to this day. In my personal opinion, it is my, Nick Clason's, favorite feature, and it is one that I believe that you can and you should be using in your presentations, whether you're a youth pastor, whether you're a college minister, whether you're an adult pastor, or whether, frankly, you're a senior pastor. It is the random name picker and random name generator. And in this video and in this episode, I want to share 5 of my favorite ways to creatively use the name picker. I'm going to drill deep down into all of the features of how you can use it and utilize it and what it has to offer. And so if you're watching here on YouTube, you're going to see a live demo and a live tutorial and a screen share of it. And don't forget, as always, there are chapters down below at the bottom of this video so that you can skip around to the ones that make the most sense to you. Welcome everyone to the Hybrid Ministry Show. So, way number 1 that I love to use the random name generator because, as you know, when you're at church, you don't know which of your youth group kids are going to show up on any given week. And so one of my favorite ways to use it is in our retreats or in our camps or within things that have a registration component to it, because you know every kid you're taking to camp. You should definitely know that number because you better return with that many kids. Give me a like if you've ever worried that you lost a kid at youth camp. And either way, one of the things I like to do is when we have a big event, and listen, what I'm about to explain is one of the things I'm going to start doing on my Patreon show, by the way. If you didn't know, we're launching a Patreon show. If you're watching here on screen, you can see the slide. We are going to be offering bonus content, and that bonus content is going to drop once per week, and I'm very simply going to talk through all the different ways that we are using and utilizing hybrid in our ministry. And I hope that as you sit in and as you listen, it helps you to just get the creative juices going a little bit in your own brain and in your own ministry, and as you pursue hybrid, not because it's cool and not because digital and all that stuff is important, but really we're taking our in-person and our digital and we're putting it together, intersecting in most cases at students' cell phones, which gives us an opportunity to impact and influence them beyond the 1 hour of programming that we have scheduled per week. And so that is what my Patreon is going to do, this bonus content. But when you have an event, if you have some sort of a check-in system, which I know we do, I have our Church Community Builder, CCB. We have a report that runs for anyone who's checked in within the last 24 hours. And so what happens then is basically once an event has started, I can go into that report. I can download into an Excel sheet, so to speak, or like a .csv. I can know all the names of students who are there. I don't have to guess about the kids who I think might be there, who I thought I saw, but I know for a fact they've checked in, and then I can put their names into the random name generator, and then I can use that for raffles, giveaways, prizes, and all sorts of things. And so say that spits out into an Excel sheet. You're looking here at an Excel sheet, and you can just highlight an entire cell, copy that, go over here to your name picker, click edit pick me, go to your bulk editor, paste those in, and boom, just in case you also wanted their numbers as well. And so now we got all of the names in here. And then when I go ahead and I get ready to roll this thing, you'll notice, let me get this full screen here. If you're watching, pretend this is your projector. You're going to drag that window over to your projector, and then you are going to click present, and you're good to go. And so now here I am. I want to play, and I want to run this Pick Me game. And so I'm going to turn it on to random, and we're going to get this thing rolling, and I'm going to see who's going to win. And it's Nikola Topic, the Airbud believer himself. And so when you're running it, right, you can do things like hide last item. So if I don't want Topic to win, I can turn this on ahead of time so that it doesn't stop on him again, even though it did. But now he's gone, and now I'm going to get a new winner, J-Dub, Jalen Williams himself, right? Here's the beautiful thing. If you don't trust your tech person, you can do this from your phone. You can do this remotely from an iPad, or you can do this remotely from even a whole different computer, and you don't even have to be on the same network as that computer. If you're logged into Sidekick in your tech booth, and if you're logged into Sidekick from your phone or whatever device, you can run it from both. We are all in on Sidekick. In fact, link down below if you want to see our setup of how we do it to jump back and forth between Pro Presenter and Sidekick. We haven't made the shift to be all in with worship because that's a whole different department. I don't call those shots. If I did, we would be all in on Sidekick. But since we're not, we have a video switcher, and if you want to be able to bounce back and forth between the two so that you can have the elements of Pro Presenter that you like, but all the interactive features of Sidekick that you like, check that out down below. Now, idea number 2, one that I really like, is rather than names, we've actually done this before. I'm going to end this presentation, and I'm going to show you how to set it up. I did like a series or a message on labels. And so what I did was, I think I have it in here. I brought in like a label, like a hello, my name is type of label. And I just got it loaded. And very simply, when it was sitting there on screen and I was teaching, I used that teaching moment sort of as an opportunity to to cycle through and filter through some of the different types of labels that we face, or that we think we face, or that we see, or that we feel, or that we might even struggle with sometimes, as people, as teenagers, as followers of Jesus. And so you don't have to just let this be like a random name picker thing. Like, you can also use and utilize this as an opportunity within your teaching components. And so as you see here on screen, I have the hello, my name is name tag right here, and then they are just simply filtering through different types of labels that you or that students might struggle with, and that's an opportunity then to go ahead and use that as a part of your teaching point. Now, my third favorite way to go ahead and use the random name generator is to use a thing called a voluntold generator. And we talked about this a little bit in the wheel video, in the last video, about how you can make a definitive or a declarative statement. Like, the person with the tallest socks, that's only one person. And so the person with the tallest socks in your room, they come up and play. So if you don't have a setup, or if you don't have check-in, but you still want to use this kind of voluntold generator sort of thing, you can put generic statements about students, and then you can use that to get people to come on up as contestants for games and stuff like that. And again, it's just a great way to not have to do the who wants to play, and you're like, did I pick that kid or not? Like, the random name generator is king, and the random name generator decides. And what's cool even in its customization, right, is that you can create different sound effects, right? So like there is like a thumbs up sound effect, there is a kind of shrugging, like middle of the road sound effect, and then there's like a party horn sound effect. So if you were playing this and you had the sort of like like maybe a bad prize or something you weren't so sure about that you didn't want, this is what the thumbs down sound effect sounds like. Yeah, it's a bummer. No one wants Usman Jang. Like, that's how Thunder fans kind of feel right now anyway. But then you go ahead and you're like, this guy's kind of mid-tier. We're not really sure if we have an opinion yet of him, or we're not really sure if winning this thing in our youth ministry, we really have an opinion of it yet. Dukas, yeah, okay, whatever, But then, like, you win something great, or like it's a grand prize, or something that people really actually want. I mean, he's the front runner for MVP, let's just be honest. He's outpacing Luka Doncic. The Thunder are the #1 seed in the West, and they are the juggernaut that everyone should be afraid of, and it's led by this guy. And so you should have that sound. Hey, give me a like if you're a Thunder fan, and please don't unsubscribe if you do happen to be a Mavericks fan, because we are here. We're trying to make this hybrid ministry thing, we're trying to make it helpful to you. In fact, right here on screen, don't forget code HybridMinistry10 if you've never used DYM, or if you've never signed up for anything with DYM before, for 10% off for a year of premium Premium, or Premium Plus. You can check out the pricing link down below. We also offer custom coaching. It's my free strategy guide. Go ahead and scan that QR code. Check out our Patreon. And hey, while you're here, go ahead and vote on which coffee shop is the best. My fourth idea that I really like to do is kind of like the name tag one that I showed you a minute ago. So instead of it being like a teaching point, a lot of times I will create a welcome slide, right? And these slides, just like all the other ones, they're highly adaptable. So you can put any slides you want. You can add an image. You can make a color. You can add a video background from something from YouTube even. So like we've used this video before in previous videos here, even on this playlist. And so if you wanted it to be a video one, you could embed this YouTube video right here, or you could add one of these videos from a bank of other videos that you have used before or used in the past. But whatever the case might be, I'll do this where like we have like a leader lunch, and so people have or have RSVP'd ahead of time, and so I will put all of their names into the generator, and I will say leader lunch, welcome, with an arrow pointing to where their name is going to be here on People Picker, and all the names are just filtering through. And then we may use that as a giveaway sort of feature in the background or whatever, or not. We'll see. But those are sort of all just kind of different ways and different ideas that I like to use a name picker. And then, of course, number 5, I'm going to share on my Patreon page. And don't fret, this is the last time that I'm going to do this to those of you listening to the regular podcast or on YouTube. I'm so stoked and I'm so pumped about our Patreon because it is $1 a week, $4 a month. I think it's less than the cost of a cup of coffee, but I want to get coffee with you. I want to sit down. I want to chat youth ministry. I want to chat creativity. I want to chat how to make your programming more engaging, because Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they want a more custom and personalized approach. And I believe that Sidekick, not only in this beta version, but also in the future rolling out, has the tools that it takes to do that. I'm challenging myself to use Sidekick every single time we're in the room with our students, and I want to encourage you to try and lean into your creativity and do the same. And so I know when I hear a brainstorm that's helpful for me to just listen to someone else and then beg and borrow and steal and tweak and adapt and use different ideas. And so that's what I want my Patreon to be, is just a place for you guys to get that weekly sort of bonus content, along with, as you see here on screen, exclusive merch and exclusive sticker for everyone who signs up before the month of December 2nd. That'll be yours. I will mail it to you. You can help me choose some show and segment topics, and also some shout outs special for those over there on my Patreon page. But that number 5 idea, that's over there, going to be in this week's Patreon. It will drop on Monday of this week. So once again, my friends, so excited that you are here. Thank you for diving in deep with Sidekick. The next episode, we are going to be hopping into all things Christmas parties, holiday planning, and everything that you need to know to round out the year amazingly in your ministry. Finish strong. The Lord has equipped you for what He has you doing. But don't forget, and as always, my friends, to stay hybrid.